I say this about 3 times a week, Walmart and Meijer, to a lesser extent, anybody that has self-scanning invites this kind of thing. It invites the customers to try to cheat the store. And they made a business decision that it's cheaper to not have staff than to allow people to attempt to steal, particularly when the Three Rivers Police Department and me get to be their enforcer.
Hey there, welcome to the Courtroom Files. So about a month and a half ago, we did a video from Judge Middleton's court where he talked about Walmart's self-checkouts, and this was somebody who was being sentenced on a skip scan in that video. And he talked about being tired of being Walmart's enforcer. Well, yet again, we have somebody who is in front of him for a Walmart skip scan. A different set of facts around this case, and this case is a couple of years old. They had a warrant sitting out there for a couple of years and just served it on her a few days ago, and this is all over $55 worth of merchandise, which they fully recovered at the time. So I want to ask you all a question on this one, and forgive me, I know some of you don't like a longer commentary, but I want to talk to you about something a minute. Walmart talks all the time about how they enter communities and make them better. They provide jobs, they provide good prices, things like that. So the question came to our minds while we were watching this hearing from Judge Middleton today. Does a corporation, if they enter a community, do they have an obligation to help the members of that community be their best selves? And here's why I say that. If we're being honest and truthful, all of us have bad days, all of us do wrong things, all of us make poor choices at some point. It just happens. So the question that I'm asking right now is, do these self-checkouts and the lack of human interaction in these stores, does it facilitate somebody crossing that line and becoming a worse version of themselves? And do they have an obligation perhaps to not let that happen in the community? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. So do me a favor, watch this video, listen to what the judge says, listen to the circumstances of this particular defendant and why she did what she did, and then answer that question in the comments. I'm curious to see where this goes. On the last video, we had over 1,200 comments on it. It was one of our most commented videos that we've done, and a lot of strong feelings. I'm curious if this one solidifies your views, if it changes your views, or if you're maybe thinking about it in a way that you haven't before based on what I've said. Okay, I know you're all just itching to get at it, so I'll shut up now, and let's go ahead and roll the game film.
I'm going to start with Tammy Marie Owen. The file number is 221897 SM. This is a 2.5-year-old retail fraud charge. Good morning. Are you Tammy Owen?
Yes, I am.
And you're from Jones?
Yep.
All right. You got charged way back in August of 2022. It's alleged that on August 29th, you were at the Walmart store in Three Rivers and that you underrang some merchandise, which is one of my pet peeves. I'm not a big fan of Walmart or any store self-scan stuff. They allege that you underrang about $54 worth of merchandise. That's known as retail fraud in the 3rd degree. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. This warrant issued on September 28th of 2022, and it didn't get served until February 2nd of 2025. Were you still at the M60 highway address in Jones?
Yes, I've been there 36 years.
Well, they never got around to serving this rinky-dink warrant. So did you get arrested and taken to jail?
The state police come into where I work now because I showed them my ID and I had no idea I had a warrant. And they come back in and told me that it wasn't a joke, that
Where did you work?
A Shell station in Jones, Johnny's.
Oh, that's a wonderful little store.
Yeah. I would like to let you, I'm going to plead the mercy for you. I have no reason for what I did except for My husband was dying and I was taking care of him.
Well,
And I quit my job and I didn't have no money. So I just skip scanned. And it wasn't only medicine and food. I didn't try to steal,
all right,
you
well,
know.
let me back up a minute. If you plead to this, I'm gonna give you a fine. You posted $100 bond. The fine is $200 and I guess there's no restitution, so you're gonna owe me $100.
Okay.
This will go on your record as a minor misdemeanor charge. But you don't have to plead guilty to the charge if you wish to. Certainly you're right. But what I'm gonna do is give you a $200 fine and you've posted $100 of bond. I'm not gonna put you in jail. This matter will be over and done with. They apparently weren't serious enough about it. They waited 2.5 years to serve the warrant. And this self-scanning, I say this about 3 times a week, Walmart and Meijer to a lesser extent, anybody that has self-scanning invites this kind of thing. It invites the customers to try to cheat the store. And they made a business decision that it's cheaper to not have staff than to allow people to attempt to steal, particularly when the Three Rivers Police Department and me get to be their enforcer. So
Right.
I don't know what Walmart headquarters thinks of this, but I don't like self-skip scans.
We have one in Johnny's. I don't like it either because you get busy and somebody just scans stuff and just take off and it's still in the machine.
All right, are you willing to acknowledge that on this day you skip scanned about $54 worth of stuff?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No,
Or promise you anything other than what I told you here?
no.
All right. That is a nice store. I usually stop there when I'm going on a trip to Chicago or something. I
Yeah.
stop there and get my gas there, and it's a real nice store. How long you been there?
Well, I was there 11 years and when my husband got sick, I quit for 6. And then I just went back because he passed away in April and I had to get my job back.
What was his name?
Michael Best.
I can't place him. Did you work there with Miss Holderman? She was at that store for years.
Oh, Sue?
Susie.
Yeah, I didn't work with her, but I lived in that town and she was manager there.
I think that was before it was a Johnny's.
Yep. And then she went to the one in Cass.
Anyway, she worked there for years, all the bad shifts.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I show you admitted to this. Waive counsel, a fine is $75. There's a $75 crime victims rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. Did they recover everything right then?
Yeah,
So there's no restitution.
I even helped them, showed them because that's why I didn't think they had a warrant out for me because I didn't get away with nothing. And
Well,
the way the
apparently
police
they
officers
submitted it to
thought-
the prosecutor authorized it, and then it went into a cigar
Yeah.
box somewhere until you accidentally got stopped.
I know what I did was wrong, but I know I ain't doing it no more. I ain't
All
taking care of my
right,
husband.
once
no
was
more.
enough, all right?
Right.
Can you pay $100 within 30 days?
Yes.
Today is February 18th. Let's make it due by March 21st. $100 by 3/21/25. Yeah, isn't that you don't realize there's a warrant for you out of the blue.
Yeah. Because
So what did the state police do? They didn't take you to Centerville, did they?
no, they just asked me if I had
So you
$100
posted
on me
$100 bond.
and I could post my bond right there. And they wouldn't have to take me to jail.
Well, that was a good officer.
It's a new one too, Samigo. I think. That's
All right, well, you're good to go.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
I hope I see you at the station.
Okay, I'll say hello on my next trip west.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, do please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the video. We'd really appreciate that. And if you want to keep the fun going, check out the video on the screen right now.